Welcome to the quarter pole of this NFL season. Wow, week 4 already. Where has the time gone? But before we move on to week 4, let's rewind to week number 3. So far, this NFL season, my record is 7-10. Not where I hope to be at this point in the season. I'm not one for ex- ex- excuses, but I've had some rough luck. Come on, Baltimore. You mean you couldn't hold on to two fourth quarter leads with under 5 minutes left against the Bengals? And with the field on fire in St. Louis, they couldn't spark a second half touchdown without a Ben Roethlisberger-less Steelers team? Is that too much to ask? I guess so. So, putting that in the rear view mirror, let's drive along to week number 4's games. I have 5 games for you this week, starting with the Bengals minus 3.5 over the Chiefs. This is a tough spot for this Kansas City team. They're on the road once again after playing Monday night. It is also their third road game in the first month of the year. Never an easy thing to do. The Bengals are much more balanced in with their receivers on the offensive side of the ball than the Chiefs, and I think that will give the Chiefs some problems. And I think Bernard and Hill will have more holes to run through than the Chiefs' backs of Charles and Davis. And Eric Fisher and Ryan Harris, not myself, but the other offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs, will have fits all day trying to block Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap. And that will be enough for the Bengals to get this victory. For my next pick, I like the Falcons minus 6 against the Texans. Boy, did the Texans ever get lucky last week. They should have lost, but a bad Buccaneers team let them off the hook by missing 3 field goals and an extra point. But I don't think they'll be quite as lucky this week facing the Falcons in the Georgia Dome. The Falcons showed me a lot in a comeback victory against a good but injured Dallas team in the Big D. And I look for their high flying offense to keep up against a questionable secondary for the Texans. And their Falcons defense is a little shaky but much improved from a year ago. And their offensive line will block Clowney and J.J. Watt. And give me Matt Ryan over Ryan Mallett any day of the week. For my next pick, I like the Jets -1.5 against the Miami Dolphins. This game is being played in Wembley Stadium in London, England. The Jets had an off week last week, but that was due to Ivory and one of their star receivers, Decker, missing the game. Ivory could have played last week, but they held him out, so he should be ready to go this week against the Dolphins. And Decker has been practicing all week, so it looks like he's going to be able to play. This will make the offense more balanced for Fitzpatrick, so he won't have to throw 58 times. Anytime you ask him to throw that many times, you're asking for trouble. But I think they'll get back to their balanced ways, and Revis and Cromartie will give Tannehill all kinds of problems completing balls downfield. And something is not quite right with the 2015 Dolphins so far this year. I think their troubles go deeper than what you are seeing on the field. Anytime you get blown out in embarrassing fashion to a division rival in your home opener, a lot of those things can't be fixed in just 1 week. They might do better down the road, but not right now. For my next pick, I like the Rams +7 over the Cardinals. I know, folks, what you might be thinking. The Cardinals have been running up and down the field all year and wearing out the scoreboard operators. But what you might not know is they've played 3 of the league's worst teams so far this year in the Saints, Bears, and 49ers. 3 teams with no pass rush and tons of holes in their secondary. But the Cardinals' vacation so far this 2015 season is going to come to an end starting Sunday and facing the Rams' fierce pass rush. I think Palmer will be under a lot of heat all afternoon, and he'll have to get rid of the ball before he wants. And the Rams receivers might be small, but they're fast, which might give the tall secondary of the Cardinals some problems. I think this game will be close, and the Rams have a chance to win it. Now, what you've all been waiting for. It's the upset special of the week. I've been hearing these sirens all the way from the shores of Western New York at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Yep, you guessed it. I like the New York Football Giants +6 over the Bills. With having 10 days off with the Giants, they're getting a lot of stars back on their defense and Rogers, Cromartie, and Prince Muke Mara, and a couple of offensive linemen, which had helped them big time. And Eli had a good game against the Skins last week, and I look for it to continue. I think Eli and the offense will use Buffalo's pass rush against them by dumping off quick screen plays and slant passes to wear out the Buffalo defense come the second half. And this will open up things in the backfield for Vereen and Jennings to rip off some good runs after halftime. And the Giants are going to be getting a big spark in return of Victor Cruz. I don't expect him to get many snaps, but this will open up things downfield for Beckham and Randall. And Buffalo looked good last week, but I think they played a Miami team with no interest of being at the game, and that showed up. And I think Tyrod Taylor will make a mistake or two against an experienced defensive coaching staff of the Giants. So, for a quick review, here are my picks, and good luck this week.